Okay, people, it's been a long time since we've talked some of that One Piece greatness. The last chapter we talked about was chapter 1010. So in this video, we're going to be covering chapters 1011 through the latest chapter as of the recording of this video, 1015. And fam, we've got a lot to talk about between multiple deaths, giant battles ending and seemingly coming to a very heartbreaking conclusion, Chopper putting in work. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to praise the living shit out of what he was doing, the big setup with Sanji and Queen. Like, yo, there's a lot to say, so I'm not going to waste your time in this intro. Without further ado, people, let's jump into a little bit of that One Piece greatness. It's time to talk some of that One Piece, fam. It's time to do it. Let's go.
No matter how you feel, get it done. No matter how you feel, get it done. No matter how you feel, get it done. No matter how you feel, get it done.
Okay, people, so where we last left off, it was going into chapter 1011, and seemingly at that particular point, Kid and Killer were about to go up against Big Mom. And I was loving at that point, to be honest with you, that it seemed like Oda was stepping it up and giving Kid some moments. Because just keeping it real, Kid, throughout a lot of this arc, has just kind of been looking a little, I don't know, questionable. Like, yo, what's going on here? You're looking a little sus. You're supposed to be beast. What's happening? But they did have a setup there to battle, and then kind of, honestly, now I think about it, Oda shitted on him again, because Big Mom kind of just whirlwinded them away. And following that, there was a hockey battle where Luffy charged Kaido, and yeah, they were going in, just being honest. The Luffy versus Kaido battle, honestly, I wish we would have seen a little bit more of the 1v1 between the two of them, because that was like a big deal. Like, holy shit, you know, Luffy told the others, go away, I'm going to do this on my own. And then we had a big setup that I don't believe we've actually went back to since it actually started, because Hawkins jumped in the way of Kid and Killer, and Hawkins and Killer told Kid, go on ahead, go to Big Mom, I'm going to take care of this. So we had a big setup there, which pretty big deal, you know what I'm saying? It's the worst generation going at it, and Hawkins was like, you got a 92% chance of dying here, fam, which honestly, I'm going to bet on that 8% that he's not going to die. To be honest with you, they should have just jumped his ass right there. I mean, don't get me wrong, they had the objective, they were trying to take down Big Mom, whatever, but I think if they would have worked together, they probably would have made not quick work of him, but they would have made some work of him and then kept on going. But like, now you're splitting up and you're making things a little more difficult, which I guess they were tasked with, like, well, do one of us stay behind? And, you know, of course, Killer made the call, but do one of us stay behind and fight Hawkins, or do both of us, and then we both get weakened, and then we got to go to Big Mom? So, yeah, it was a tough call. During that particular point, Paige was chasing down Nami and Usopp, and Usopp was putting in a little bit of work. Granted, you could tell that he still doesn't have attacks in his arsenal. That's the thing that is kind of stopping Usopp from being great, because he's a great sniper, all of that jazz. He needs stronger, you know, attacks in his arsenal to be able to take people down, because if he did, you know, like when he hit page 1 with the freaking blast, the green star blast, I think it was called, like, he would have knocked him out or whatever, but since his attacks aren't that strong, yeah, that's why they kept on going. So we definitely need to work on that, whether it becomes a time skip at some given point or something along the lines of that, to get Usopp to that point where he's on the level of a Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro. He needs stronger attacks. Likewise with Nami, I'd argue. As all of that is going on, they run into Big Mom, and thankfully Big Mom remembers from when she had her memory loss, because holy shit, I just realized Wano has been going on for a really long time. Like, I forgot about the whole Big Mom losing her memory or whatever, but when she lost her memory, she remembers Tama being nice to her and shit like that, and she's like, oh shit, little girl, it's been a while. And once Tama told Big Mom what happened to her hometown, Big Mom went into a rage and knocks out page 1 almost instantly. And I was like, okay, cool shit there. Like, that's how, if we're gonna get rid of some of them, why not? And to be honest with you, I've been hoping since early on in this that if Big Mom and Kaido had a divide, that would be what would stop Kaido. Like, that would be one of the forces that, like, okay, if you have Big Mom working with Luffy and them, whether it be begrudgingly or whatever the case may be, that's how you take them out, because right then and there, she just immediately bodies page 1 and shit, and I'm like, yeah. And then moving on to chapter 1012, the Scabbards were headed in different directions. They were all getting ready to go because, well, goddamn, man, now that I think about it, it's been a while since we've talked, because holy shit, a lot has changed since then. But yeah, the Scabbards were moving. And also Nekomamushi was getting ready to avenge Pedro, which that means that, yeah, that's still waiting in the wings, and rightfully so. Last few chapters, Perospero has been, yeah, a bit of a nuisance. I would love to see just out of nowhere Nekomamushi come and just slap the living shit out of him. Like, yes, Cat Viper, get him. And shoutouts to Yamato. Throughout these chapters, she has just continued to impress me more and more. And if we're going to have more people join the Straw Hats in the meantime, Yeah, I wouldn't mind it being Yamato. Like, she starts playing decoy for a while. She's like, Shinobu, you take Momo. I'm going to pretend to be decoy. And she looks like she's having fun doing it. Like, this is the perfect female companion to join Luffy on his quest because she likes this shit. Like, she's having a ball doing all of this shit because, again, she's Odin in her mind. She's like, yo, I am Odin. So she's having a ball with all this shit. And that was at the point, I want to say, at that particular chapter where it started to more so introduce this whole idea of Momo hearing voices. I think it's been beforehand, but it was really emphasizing it in that chapter. Momo started hearing a couple voices and he's like freaking out and shit, and it started like, wait a minute, what's going on here? This is developing something big because, again, Oda has plans, and it's been showcased time and time again. He has big plans to have Momo be a centric part of the demise of Kaido and them, because you gotta avenge his father in order for people to follow. Like, yeah, he has to play a big part in it. And fam, I ain't gonna lie, one of my favorite moments of all of these last few chapters was the comedy, because One Piece, for whatever freaking reason, its comedy be gold. It comedy be hilarious, because when Sanji is running around with the bandaged up Zoro, I'm just there like dying laughing. But also, look at that. It's comedy, but very important, because a lot of people were saying, oh my god, how is Zoro doing all of these things? This is BS. The dude is freaking broken the hell up and wrapped up looking like a cross or some shit because he's so damaged from taking all those blows and sustaining all that damage. Like, this is a showcasing of, no, it's not that Zoro's overpowered or this is BS. He got hurt really badly. Like, yeah, it's funny and all that shit, but he took an L as well. And then, fam, again, like, it was comedy, but it was also progressing the story and just overall exciting. When Big Mom now goes up against Ulti, because Ulti's like, yo, you did that to my brother Paige? Like, I bet. And Big Mom is there, and oh my god, Nami. And don't get me wrong, I'm praising Nami right now, but I am going to have some criticism for her in a little bit. We're going to talk about that in a second. But when she's instigating, like, yeah, take her, mama, go ahead, let's do it. And Big Mom's like, bitch, I'll eat you right now. You crazy? I'm getting you as soon as I'm done with this bitch. As soon as I clean this bitch's clock, you're next. And then Nami's like, Ulti, let's work together and take Big Mom down. Let's do it. And then Ulti's like, no, you're going to get it too. It was absolutely hilarious. I'm not even going to lie. And again, great stuff, moving things along. I like Big Mom being kind of a cog in the wheel that stops everything, like especially in particular helping Nami and Usopp without immediately jumping ship, so to speak, of like, yeah, I'm working with the Straw Hats now. Like, it was incidental, but it worked. And here's where at first I had hope, right? Because the end of 10-12, basically for starters, Ulti knocks out the big giant animal that they're riding on, and then even knocks out Tama. And that's where Nami gets really, really upset and says, nah, we're not doing this anymore. We're gonna stay. I'm gonna kick her ass. Because both Big Mom and Nami get into an absolute rage from seeing Tama getting hurt. And I was like, yo, I'm not even gonna lie. If I would have been reviewing this weekly, I would have said, yes, this is what I wanted so bad. I was so freaking hyped when I read that chapter. Nami going crazy, ready to throw hands with Ulti. I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna rock her world. I'm like, let's go, baby. Let's do it. I've been waiting. I mean, she even hit her there. Nami even went as far as to like, yo, throw a blow and shit. I was like, yo, I'm loving this. Let's go. We're about to get a great fight. But then we cut to chapter 10-13. Chapter 10-13, Tama's out cold. Nami's vowing, like, yo, I'm taking this girl down no matter what, fam. I got my girl back right here. You did that to Tama, we gotta throw hands. And Ulti, within seconds of that whole encounter, grabs Nami and readies a headbutt, which would basically, like, knock her out or kill her right there. And I'm just kind of like, come on, Oda. Where there's some Straw Hats that are absolutely shining, like Zoro has been absolutely shining, right? Zoro has had incredible moments. Not only Zoro, later on, and we're going to talk about that too, Chopper, absolutely shining. Frankie, absolutely shining. Then you got like the Namis and Usopps that, you know, they're some of my favorites. Like Usopp is still my favorite Straw Hat. I know, crazy shit, right? But he's still my favorite. And like, you know, he hasn't really stepped up to the plate and kicked ass. Nami, I love when she throws hands. Again, you know, it kind of just goes down the drain because Ulti's about to knock her ass out. And I'm just kind of like, damn, I wanted, like, this would have been perfect. Her and Usopp working together. Take this bitch down. Come on. But at least something happened to Ulti because Big Mom used all of the homies and did a straight up cannon blast through Ulti. And I'm kind of wondering, I can't even remember at this point. Have we seen Ulti since then? Like, is Ulti dead at this point? That would be actually fire. Like, yo, Big Mom is killing Kaido's kids one after another. Like, he doesn't love me. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot forgot their like brotherly, sisterly shit. Like, okay. And oh shit, I just remembered this was the chapter where we got a major death. I didn't cry for the death in this one, but it was very odd, and I guess it had some emotion to it because Zeus is on his own. He realizes that Big Mom created a new thunder type of creature in order to rock with her people because, again, you know, Zeus has been playing both sides. Like, he tried to rock with Nami, then he shitted on Nami, tried to go back to Big Mom, and he's like, damn. And also, going back, if you remember a few months ago when I talked about the chapter of like where Prometheus was like, Mama, I need something, I want something from you. He wanted a girlfriend. I ain't gonna lie, I had a lot of crazy theories of what he wanted at that particular point. A girlfriend wasn't on my mind, but that also makes sense why he had that slick little smile like, yo, Mom, I've been helping you out, I've been doing my thing, give me a girlfriend. And I ain't gonna lie, there was a lesson in there of playing both sides of the fence, because then when Zeus tries to go back to Mama, she's like, oh, I don't need you, fam, and basically feeds the dude to the new cloud, the new, you know, thunder creature that she created. And then Mama snatched Tama while all that is going on and trying to make it up, which I guess that was like the best redemption Oda could do for Zeus. Like, while Hera, that's her name, the little creature, is eating him, he tries to make it up to Nami one final time, even though she don't want to hear nothing he's got to say, and tries to use a big thunder attack. Like, I'm gonna help Nami out in my one final act, and even that was shitted on. Like, Oda, he must have been mad that week. He must have been real mad, and he took it out on Zeus because, god damn, talk about going out sad. Like, he went out sad. One of the most arguably ways to go out sad in the entirety of One Piece, like the worst. Like, he just went out like nothing. Like, Hera's eating him. He tried to do something. Big Mom just squished him to death. Like, yo, eat this motherfucker now. Like I was mentioning a lot earlier in the video, Kid getting a little bit more redemption when he comes in with the smash Gibson hitting Big Mom again. I'm like, yes, Kid, yes. They have shitted on you long enough. It's time, baby. It's time. And I was hyped for that. I ain't gonna lie. I want more epic Kid moments. Like, I really rock with Kid. First of all, Kid has one of my favorite character designs in One Piece. He just looks so freaking sick. Like, if he was the main character, I would be like, holy shit. Just, I'm talking about character design wise. He looks so freaking cool. So I actually seen him finally getting some good moments. Him smashing down Big Mom and shit. Yes. Thank you, Killer, for giving this opportunity. And then the end of 10-13, what a tragedy. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. One Piece left everybody with their jaws dropped. The One Piece left everybody in absolute shock when it seems as though Luffy was defeated by Kaido. He seemingly threw him off Onigashima, and he says a really, really dark speech, or I don't even know what you would call this speech. Because he basically says, humans can't give up hope. I should have cut off your head because now they'll keep believing you're still gonna win, won't they? And that's a very in-depth thing for Kaido, because you can see Kaido is a complex guy. Like, everything we've seen with Kaido thus far, and there's still a lot more layers to him. Like, I mean, for crying out loud, I always reference it, and I'm always going to. This dude was a suicidal maniac, jumping from the heavens, trying to kill himself. Now he's angry that people won't give up. He's kind of reflecting his own feelings onto everyone else. Like, oh, they won't give up hope. You won't give up hope about dying, you nut. But very, very shocking end to that chapter. And then rolling into 10-14. We still got 2 to go, baby. I'm putting in the works for you guys. I need to make it up. Because 10-14 starts off with Kaido just absolutely shitting on everything Luffy has done. His color, the ornament, hockey, all of that jazz. He's like, yeah, it was crude and clumsy. You thought you had something? I'm Kaido, bitch. And then a big deal when he says, you couldn't be Joyboy after all, it seems. And that makes you think, wait a minute, hold up. What do you mean Luffy couldn't have been Joyboy? So is Joyboy the title of like somebody? Like, I can only imagine maybe Joyboy is what you call like the strongest fighter, or somebody that is the most entertaining fight you've ever had. Like, what if Joyboy is a title that you give to, like, if somebody gives me the greatest fight of my life, they automatically are Joyboy. Like, obviously, it's been referenced before, and we thought Joyboy was just a particular person, but for Kaido to say that, unless he's referencing, like, reincarnation or something, that's something that it just seems like if Luffy couldn't defeat him, then, or even give him the fight that he really wanted, then he's not Joyboy, giving me joy. So there was a lot there, you know, because Joyboy also goes into the whole thing of when Roger saw, you know, he got to Raftel, a Laugh Tale, and things like that. A lot to digest with that line. Honestly, like, I could make a whole 20-minute video talking about and theorize what the hell was the meaning of that whole line of, so you couldn't be Joyboy after all. Like, yo, you know what? Joyboy for Kaido might be his own death. Like, ah, yes, I'm dying. Here's Joyboy. Like, who the hell knows? But following that, Kaido hears rumors and murmurings that Momo has been captured. Obviously, Yamato is playing him as a fiddle, which we got to talk about Yamato in a bit. Don't worry. Like, yeah, Yamato been doing big things. And he basically tells them, yo, announce it to everyone in Onigashima. Straw has been defeated. Like, I did the damn thing. I want them to lose hope immediately. And then, even more things to theorize, right? Because Momo, upon reading more of Oden's journal, he's like, holy shit, it seems I truly must not die. And Shinobu's taking it like, yeah, you know, you can't die. Of course you can't die. Why would you even say that? And it sounded to me like he was worried, like if he was to die, actually something is going to happen, like whether the sea creatures of the sea, because he is related to Oden, or because of his lineage, or whatever it is, like maybe the sea creatures are going to come out and just start blasting and terrorizing humanity. A war will break out because of his death. There's definitely something more to it if he's reading the journal and he says, holy shit, I really must not die. It could also just be like a political thing, like if I die, it'll be the end of, like, he just seemed like he was in a frantic state because of that, between hearing voices and then reading that journal and saying, holy shit, I really must not die. Something very dangerous might happen if he dies. Like, there's that possibility as well, because he just seemed really shaken up upon reading whatever the heck he read and then blurted that out. And then, you know, I criticized some Straw Hats, praised some Straw Hats. Chopper versus Queen. Like, yo, even if Chopper didn't get the win, because he didn't catch the W in any of this shit, right? But Chopper going up against Queen while Nami and Usopp are running from Ulti on page 1, and I know people are going to defend them, blah, blah, blah. Okay, have fun with that. Chopper was actually putting in work, holding off Queen, one of the generals, fam. Chopper's supposed to be one of the weaklings, and like, yo, he's using his newly found monster point and shit like that. Oh my god, hold up. I gotta praise him. I don't care if he didn't get the W. He was still throwing down. While Nami, she can't take a headbutt. And Usopp, his little freaking green star, ain't doing shit. I love them too, but they wasn't doing it. Sanji, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it might actually go into a good grace with Sanji now. But Sanji really hasn't done that much throughout all of this either. Chopper, Zoro, Luffy to a certain degree, obviously, you know what just recently happened, but like those are the Straw Hats. But shout out to Chopper. Oh, and Frankie doing his thing too. But Chopper, just seeing him going up against Queen, I was so happy, so impressed, and so like, yeah, if we're gonna be king of the pirates, if that's gonna be king of the pirates and we're gonna be his crew, we need to be able to do shit like this. And then upon all of that going down, Luffy's L gets announced to everyone, which very politically and strategic from Kaido's side. Like, he wanted everybody's morale because he knows, like, oh, if the captain is announced to be dead, everybody's going to get really depressed and not be able to fight at peak strength, and even some of them are going to give up. So that was very, very smart and strategic on Kaido's side to say, yeah, announce it to everyone. Let them know that he's down. And he even throws an olive branch saying, hey, anyone who surrenders will be spared. Like, yeah, like Kaido, honestly, he's a war general for real. And then Momo continues to freak out saying, oh my god, we must tell everyone. And it seems as though, again, the whole voices thing, which anybody that calls BS on this, I just want to throw that in there because, yeah, I could see people calling bullshit on this. Like, it's been for a long time foreshadowed about hearing voices, with Momo being special, Luffy, all of that jazz, the telepathy-esque elements of One Piece has been foreshadowed for a long time. Roger, all of that shit. So I don't want to see any of that nonsense here. And then it started getting brutal, fam, because Kanjuro's bitch ass like, yo, somebody get rid of Kanjuro. Like, I've said it a long time ago, Kanjuro, he's 6'9", basically, and everybody's been waiting for something to happen to Kanjuro. Not me personally, but yeah, and well, it finally happened to Kanjuro. Or well, at the very least, something bad happened before that, because the bitch ass motherfucker, he ends up killing Kiku, stabbing through Kiku, and I'm like, god damn. Like, honestly, the last couple chapters, Oda wanted blood. He killed Zeus, which I didn't feel it, but I've seen some people were sad, and I'm just kind of like, really? Then Kiku, I was like, god damn, we've seen Kiku go through some shit, and I'm like, wow. But then Kinemon shows up and he's like, hold up. You're about to rest in piss, fam. And he slashes down Kanjuro, and Kanjuro gives a speech of like, hey, on this stage, because, you know, to him it's all been a performance. Like, maybe he believes in simulation theory. I don't freaking know. He's like, on this stage, you were the one that was supposed to be my best friend in the performance or whatever. So yeah, rest in piss, okay? Just rest in piss and get out. Because 10:15 starts off showcasing Luffy sinking to the bottom of the ocean after taking that L. And I'm still just kind of shocked. Like, first of all, I wish Oda didn't off-screen that battle, because I wish we would have seen, like, if it was one-on-one, a lot more of that. But I'm guessing that means that there's more to come. But I wouldn't be telling the truth if I said, yeah, man, you know, I want Wano to go on another 2 years. I would like for Wano to start wrapping itself up little by little. And it seemed as though in the beginning of that chapter that Chopper was starting to take the beats from, Queen. Queen was actually putting in work to the point of like Chopper's like starting to lose, which I'm not mad at it. Chopper stood his ground and actually was putting in work. Hells yeah, no. Like, even if he took the L, whatever, he was doing what he needed to do. And as the morale is down for everyone hearing about Luffy's loss, yet again, Pero Sparrow still raining freaking arrows. Neko Mamushi, where are you, fam? Like, Cat Viper, hello, do you need some catnip to come get this dude out of here? And as Queen attacks Chopper, seemingly for the end blow, Sanji comes in, Diable Jamble, and I'm like, ah. And I love how Sanji was just kicking Queen around to deflect Sparrow's arrows, because apparently Cat Viper ain't gonna fucking do shit about him. Well, at least Sanji did it, because Sanji got Sparrow knocked down from the arrows, hitting them back or whatever, because, yeah, Cat Viper, Pedro's death just didn't mean anything, I guess, to you, fam. And while Sanji is giving Chopper his props, Chopper is crying like, yo, Luffy, and Sanji's like, miracles, fam. What are you doing crying? Miracle. And when Sanji told Chopper to take care of Zoro because he's going to take care of Queen, I'm wondering, like, is he going to, like, do some, doctor shit and have Zoro up on his feet fighting within this arc? Like, is Zoro not done completely? Because, again, if he got 20 to 30 bones, like, destroyed and shit or broken or whatever, like, how, I don't know. Like, I could see Oda doing some shit like, yes, Chopper used this one-time effect that is going to heal Zoro for 20 minutes, but after that, he'll be out of commission for a month. Like, I could see that happening, but yeah, I don't know. Zoro's taking a beating. And I love when Queen said, it's you, Judge's son. Like, let's not forget all of that shit that went down. And also, it gives a little bit more of an incentive to Queen to like, oh, you Judge's son? I'm kicking your ass. And when Queen said, why keep fighting? Your captain's down. I love how Marco loves that. He's like, but that's why I like these guys. Like, no, they're not going to stop because the captain is down. Like, that's not how this works with these people. Because it kind of emphasizes more, like, why would Marco be going through any of this shit? Like, if I was Marco, I'd be somewhere on a beach somewhere, not giving a shit about none of this, not caring because, yo, Pops is dead. So that's one of the reasons why Marco's like, nah, I rock with. These are real ones. And then Momo starts projecting a message via this like frog Denden Mushi that basically Luffy is still alive. He's going to come back and fight, and he's crying while he's saying it all. And it seems as though like Luffy was able to, and maybe I'm wrong and off on this because it was a little bit unclear, but it seems as though Luffy was speaking to him telepathically, and that's how he was able to, bring this message forth. And that was able to raise the morale of everyone. And it seems as though as Luffy is sinking further into the bottom of the sea, Law's submarine and people ran into him and are about to, save him. So Luffy is going to be saved. And this time around, I'm hoping, I'm not even gonna lie, the next time around Luffy pops up to go fight Kaido or whatever, that gotta be the end. Like, we can't have another, because at this point, it'll get repetitive of, like, Luffy goes up against Kaido, gets knocked down, has to try again, which, don't get me wrong, that's like, effort, victory, friendship, the motto of Shonen Jump, but there needs to be a limit to that shit. And the end of the chapter, Yamato reaching Kaido and saying, yo, Kaido, and him looking like it's father to you. And she's like, no, I'm breaking those chains. So very metaphoric there of her overcoming her father's ruling and things like that. And looks like that's about to go down. And I'm hyped to see Yamato throw down against Kaido. Honestly, One Piece, like, I'd be repetitive to just say, like, it's been greatness because, yeah, it's been greatness. It's been absolutely amazing. We've had crazy amounts of depth. So I'm curious what you guys think. Like, what was the most impactful thing that has happened in these last, 4 to 5 chapters of One Piece? Like, was it some of the deaths of, like, I don't think anybody was, like, destroyed off of Zeus's death, but what do you think about Kinemon getting his head bashed in and stabbed through? Kiku, Kanjuro, your thoughts on Luffy taking the L? How do you feel about that? And your overall thoughts and expectations for One Piece moving into the next chapter, 1016 and beyond. It has been bananas. It is amazing. I love One Piece. Like, don't ever get it twisted because I don't be dropping One Piece videos as frequent as I should and wish I did. I'm always going to love this series, fam. It's greatness. That's all I have for this one, though. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. Bye.